Welcome to High Value Blueprint, the home of bold insights and unapologetic truth. Today we're diving into a Kevin Samuels moment that's got the entire timeline buzzing. Let's break it down, challenge the narrative, and uncover the real dynamics behind the conversation.
And tonight we want to talk about praising a high value man. See, understand something, ladies. The kind of men I'm talking about that you need to praise. I just got off the phone with a friend of mine, and she is an incredible woman. An incredible woman. She is a bona fide, straight up. By the way, I'm a PhD. She's a PhD. She also owns a dog. Intelligent woman, beautiful woman. Beautiful here, beautiful here, beautiful here. And understand something. Women of a certain caliber want men of a certain caliber. Are you expecting these men to move like average guy? When I talked about praise yesterday, notice how many women got angry when I talked about you need to publicly respect, publicly invest. That means devote your time, effort, energy, money, things like that into a particular man, expecting a worthwhile result, not a guarantee. Accepting the fact that you have to accept the fact that these men work long and hard, willingness to tolerate difficult or unpleasant situations. High value men work hard. They work long hours. Women universally want them. And you're going to have to deal with that fact. And there's some women who are just like, I can't stand, I couldn't deal with the fact that my man cheat on me. As long as you don't bring on outside babies or outside kids or diseases, whatever the rules are, but the fact of the matter, you got to accept it. You got to love him more than he loves you. You're going to be number 3. Number 1 is him. Number 2 is his purpose. You are number 3 at best. And you have to be willing to sacrifice something. The act of giving up something value for the sake of something more important or more value. If a woman is not willing to invest or sacrifice in a man that she deems high, then she doesn't have enough respect for you. She doesn't value you enough, esteem you enough to do what it takes to go the long way. And ecstatically, she needs to have a feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness or joy or an achievement. If a woman needs to hold a man in high regard or high esteem in order to stay loyal and faithful. There needs to be a healthy amount of fear of him and fear that she will lose him. Now, why is this important? Well, because many women say they want a man of a certain caliber on a certain level. Well, these men have to maintain respect of other men. They have to maintain respect of their community, everything else. So he can't go out and be a dominant alpha male competing in the world and then come home and be Mr. Mom. Why is this a problem? Well, one thing I noticed that a lot of sisters were complaining about the notion of a man being unfaithful. That just shows that many women don't understand the nature of men and women today. See, all the relationships you admire, Big Daddy and all them folks, how many folks met their cousins, their entire family on the other side of town at Big Daddy's funeral? Ladies, what are you willing to do for the kind and caliber of man that you want? I was also telling my friend that I do an average of 4 sessions a day. And if you've noticed on my show, it has become more broad. You're starting to have women from different cultures, different races calling in. And which brings me to the point. I want to talk about this. When I posted this up on my time, and I did this for a reason. Understand something. This is where our mindset is. This is where our mindset is. Something as important as this topic. And I had somebody ask, yeah, but why you post a white woman up? Really? That's what you're worried about? You worried about the thumbnail? Here it is. So J. Michelle says, what did she say? I only praise God. Right over her head. That's that ego. That's that ego, sign language, and everything else, gentlemen. The fact that you said that shows that you're not the kind of caliber of one we're talking about. So quick to jump in, open your mouth and say something to check a man, correct a man. Stay over there. Buy a dog and die alone. I let it rock because I knew there was somebody going to say that. I knew there was going to be somebody that was going to say something about I only praise God. Just like the woman on last night on the channel. Even though I outlined exactly what I meant by praise, put it in all capital letters and put definition out there, she still ran into the place like a crash test dummy and ran right out into the middle of doom. I only praise God. Then this person, I'm confused. Why the white woman? To get your attention. Because I knew the fact that we are too emotional or too passionate of people. Say something to trigger out a black man or a black woman and we'll dispense with logic. And we'll jump right in the middle and be a crash test dummy, run headlong and, why the white woman? Why the white woman? I didn't even say anything. I just put a picture up there and I let what you already think show itself. Why do every other group of women on the planet, every other race of women on the planet, understand they need their men? Understand that their men need to be elevated and praised. Especially the men who are supposed to be making this economy. Let me also say something that I need to let black men understand. For all the brothers that got a problem with Goldman Sachs putting that $10 billion into black women, for a million black women, I said it last night, I said it again. Where's your money? Where's our money? Where's our banks? We want them to praise. You want to be able to tell women something. You better be able to have pay the cost to be the boss. Not 50-50 partners. You need to be able to pay the cost to be the boss. Or you don't get to make no rules for nothing. You know what makes rules? Wallets. And even at that, women aren't to be loitered over like kings. Go watch go watch Marco Polo on Netflix and watch Kublai Khan and his wife. The queen is the most important person in the kingdom right after the king. But you want a woman to praise you and all these other kind of things, you're a high value man, then you got to also make a deal with her. She needs to know that when the doctor comes back and says, sir, your wife's having trouble in labor. We can only save your wife or your son. You need to be cutting for your wife. Say, save my wife. If that's not you, don't get mad. Because you can always go have another son. But a true high value woman, see, if you want women to praiseworthy to you, then you have to be loyal to her. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If you want to go live with me, I'm only going live with the ladies. You need to send a request. I'm not answering questions. Send a request to go live in the room. So the badges give you extra access, what I believe. And now that Instagram has a new feature of a room where you can actually go live with up to 3 people. But in order to request to go live, I think you need to be a follower. 63 others have requested to go live. No. I'm going to turn off questions. All right. I need to know what ladies are willing to give up. What are you ladies willing to give? What are you willing to give to get the kind of man you say you want? All right. So now understand something. Don't get on acting crazy. If you do, I'll just boop you. I'll just block you. All right. So, praiseworthy. Now, understand something, guys. Not every man's going to be able to do that. Not every man's going to be able to do that. Thank you for everybody doing the badges. Not every man's going to be able to do that. And the thing is, it takes a certain kind of man. That's why I don't think today that men should really be considering marriage before age 35. It's different now. The notion of building with somebody and starting out young, that's a bygone notion. And if it does exist, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about men who are ready to put the work in to become the best versions of themselves. So from 18 to 30, you need to have your head down, eating shit, working. And by the age 30, you really should be on your purpose, have a sense of who you are. And between 30 and 35 is when you really should be figuring out, do I want a wife, a family, a legacy, however you want to line it out. And by 35 is when you should be really looking at taking on the responsibility of a woman, because she is a responsibility. And if you're doing what you should be doing, this high value thing, a woman should be an asset to you. That means you're not going to be able to find her on Tinder, OkCupid, or Match.com. Likely the kind of women you're talking about are going to have their head down doing what they're supposed to be doing. So, let's see all the requests. If you want to go live, hit me up. Now, why do some folks have a problem with what I'm saying? One, I think people have a problem with what I'm saying is because they feel like a lot of folks feel like you were lied to. A lot of women feel like they were lied to. It's actually because of timing. It's like, do you feel like you have enough time? Do you have enough time? Do you have enough time? Can you take advantage of this? And I want to also speak to this. Look, man. Look, ladies. I know I talk a lot about, the danger zone. Between ages of 27 and 35, where you really need to focus on what it is you want with a man. With 36 to 60, look, it's no man's land. The reality is this. Because you didn't have the education, because we didn't learn this growing up, I didn't learn it growing up either. But you can still do something about it. Life is only over when you stop trying. Okay? When we stop trying is when it's over. If you're a lady and let's say you're behind, you're not getting the outcomes you want, stop digging. Stop digging, stop rejecting truth, and do the next right thing. Do the next right thing. One of the best things men or women can do for themselves is like what they see in the mirror. Get in there, start drinking water, exercising, losing the weight, tightening up, toning up. Then, looking good, smelling good. Yeah, don't talk over me, I'm a whole meme now, man. That's crazy. The basic stuff, man, but still, eventually, you got to get back out there and try again. So you've had it hard, so it hasn't worked. Most people, you have to reframe how you look at relationships. Instead of being mad at your past, make peace with it. Be like, all right, I had an opportunity with old girl. I didn't manage it right. It didn't turn out right. At least I know better now. All right, that's what's going on. So, unable to join. I don't know what I don't know what IG is doing with these requests, but if you want to go live, send me the request, and we will move forward. As far as the prize and the catch, yes. The prize and the catch are still going on. I had to go away for a week or so. Had to take care of some family business. I'm not buying a band. And okay. See, I'm gonna say a couple of things. One, the prize and the catch is still going on. Two, I'll be out in LA in a couple of weeks. Three, I gotta talk to black men. The reason Goldman Sachs can put $10 billion towards black women, and the reason people can use money to drive wedge between black men and black women is because black men, we don't control an economy. We got to learn how to work together and start patronizing one another. Bottom line, everybody else can make an economy and get rich and wealthy off of each other. And until we start learning how to work together as a group, it's far easier for women to sit back and say, you're at the bottom. You guys know these things. The thing is, who's going to be first to do it? That's why I love what's going on right now, because men are supporting men, women are coming around seeing men work with men, and it's having a beneficial effect on everybody. A beneficial effect on everybody. That's why I said, I'm going to get what I want by helping people get what they want. So I wanted to get back on tonight to let you guys know we're back on Tuesday and Thursday. Back on Tuesday and Thursday. On Instagram, I want to try to do something a little different too. If you are trying to get on, trying to get seen, let's say you got some music. Let's say you got, I'm not going to make it every night, but I'm going to start trying to promote things on Instagram. If you have music, you have a business, you're looking for a man, whatever. When I do that, it's going to be bi-weekly, and it's going to be its own standalone show, likely on a Saturday. Think of it like this. Remember when we used to have talent shows in high school? This is coming straight off the dome. Remember when we used to have talent shows in high school? We're going to have talent shows over here. I will announce the talent show 72 hours in advance, maybe on Saturday night. Saturday night talent show. What do you guys think? Saturday night talent show. And you come through on Instagram and you got a minute to do what you do. See, my platform grows, my influence grows, but I will get what I want by helping people get what they want. Okay? I will get what I want by helping you get what you want. I don't have to be the star of this show. I mean, I've had my moment, you know how that goes, but the way you stay relevant is you help people, gentlemen. You help people. And the talent show, men or women. Because remember when I did the Shark Tank show? The Lion's Den? That's it. Now, the thing is, I'm gonna roll out the requirements because I want people to take it seriously. Showtime at the IG. I like that. I like that. Cool, folks. Let me see what's going on right now. I got to drop this off. I have something to do at 10:30. I'm going to try to come back on at 11 o'clock and finish this up. At 11 o'clock, I want to talk to some of you guys. So everybody go grab something to drink, go get your snack or something. Let's come back in 30 minutes and wrap this out. Peace out.
Let me say something that modern women are not used to hearing. High-value men deserve praise, period. Not entitlement, not attitude, not demands. Praise, respect, cooperation. Because a high-value man is not something you just bump into at Target on a random Tuesday. He's built, he's crafted. He's the product of discipline, sacrifice, and consistency. 3 things most people run from. Modern women love to talk about what they deserve. Deserve a leader, deserve a provider, deserve a protector, deserve a man who makes 6 figures, hits the gym, stays loyal, pays the bills, takes charge, and somehow still has the patience to deal with their chaos. But here's the reality. You don't get a high-value man by talking. You get him by becoming the kind of woman a high-value man wants. And that means work. That means sacrifice. That means accountability. The word that makes half of modern women melt like ice in the sun. See, women today want the benefits of a high-value man without offering the qualities that attract or keep a high-value man. They want the ring, but they don't want the responsibility. They want the lifestyle, but they don't want the submission, the cooperation, or the femininity that makes a man want to give them that lifestyle. Let me be brutally honest. High-value men are praised in every culture, except modern dating culture. Why? Because modern women think praise is only for them. They think the man is supposed to pour into them like an endless fountain, while giving nothing back except attitude and entitlement. But here's the truth women don't want to accept. A high-value man is the prize too. Yes, the prize. A rare one, hard to find, hard to keep, hard to replace. And any woman who wants that level of man has to earn it. You want a high-value man? Then you need to bring peace, not problems. Cooperation, not combat. Feminine energy, not masculine competition. Respect, not rebellion. Loyalty, not options. Because a man who's already built himself doesn't need a woman dragging him down with ego and defiance. He needs a woman who makes his life better, not harder. And the biggest secret? Women who praise their men keep their men. Women who admire their men inspire their men. Women who lift up high-value men rise with those men. So modern women better wake up, because high-value men aren't chasing attitude. They're not begging for validation. They're not signing up to raise grown adults who refuse to grow up. High-value men are looking for women who understand. To get the best, you have to be your best. To keep the best, you have to honor the best. And if you can't do that, then keep scrolling, because a high-value man will never waste his time on someone who doesn't appreciate what it took to become him.